Video, 2 minutes in between. You know what the fucking vibes are. We're doing DBs now to end this shit off, which has been another great masterclass of me rambling dumb shit, I'm sure. So, my 6 through 10 corners. Cam Smith out of South Carolina. We got Emmanuel Forbes out of Mississippi State. DJ Turner from Beachigan. Clark Phillips III out of Utah, and Eli Ricks, remember him, folks, out of Alabama. Yeah, I know mine's probably all over the place compared to others. I do not care. Okay. As we got my number 5 here, Keely Ringo out of Georgia. Got him projected as a second-round pick. He might sneak in the first round. Probably not at this point. He's lost a lot of steam. He's was known to be a consensus first-round pick throughout the whole season, but I guess watching more film and the off-season workouts and whatnot have people left to be desired. People are way low on him, like very low in their top 10s, if that, like 10 or 9. I still think he's just too athletic and talented, at least more athletic and talented than the other guys to put him that low, but he's a very physical corner, not scared to get up and run defense, very good instincts, has a knack for the ball, knows where it's coming, knows how to play football. You just got that instinct thing, but lacks the lateral, or I guess horizontal change of direction. I guess lateral too, scramble drills, he might lose the receiver, lacks the technique and the footwork that you'd need to stay with receivers. Probably be better as a zone corner. That's why we got a Jimmy Smith comp. And yeah, we're going to keep the ball running with Deonte Banks out of Maryland. I got him as a first-round pick because everyone else seems to have him as a first-round pick. There's going to be a lot of defensive backs drafted in the first round, as that's just a very valuable position now that receivers are finally a valuable position. At least, like, one of the more important positions now. As another physical corner, he's more of a man corner, though, but he has versatility. He can play inside, he can play out. Again, lacks the technique and footwork in the backpedaling to, consistently stay with corners or receivers. Sometimes he gets lost. Sometimes he gives up on plays, isn't fully focused. But a well-rounded, very athletic corner. That's why I got a Byron Murphy comp on him. As my number 3 is Joey Porter Jr. out of Penn State. Obviously the son of Joey Porter. Anyway, got him as a first-round pick. Pros, very good ball skills. He's very good at getting a hand up, at least deflecting it, whatnot. Pretty good athleticism for a guy his size. That's going to be good. That's just what you need now. You want taller corners nowadays. Cons, he plays a little high, though, for his size. Well, because of his size, that's why the pad level and the change of direction, sometimes he doesn't follow through consistently, turning his head around and such on quick routes and outs and some of that shit, but I think he's going to be a standard man-to-man corner. Teams that might, play that. Yeah, I got a comp of James Bradbury. I saw that. I liked it a lot. Shout out to Broshmo for that one. And number 2, we got Devin Witherspoon out of Illinois. At least that's where I saw it from. He could have got it from somewhere else, too. I check Draft Network, NFL.com, Bleacher Report, the various other YouTube geeks that are way more successful than me, as my consensus for the player comps, at least. But unless, I'm really, the QBs and receivers, I can really, make my own comps. But sometimes you need help, folks, because, these guys aren't one-to-one comparisons. So, anyway, I got a first round projection on Devin Witherspoon. He's some people's number 1. I just think Christian Gonzalez is a little more athletic and has a higher upside for me personally. And I guess that's what I value more in a corner evaluating. I know I'm inconsistent even in my positions how I rank them and like what I value more, as everyone is. I'm gonna be wrong on half these guys. I'm gonna be right on half these guys. That's just how everyone is. That's kind of the fun of draft evaluating, I'd say. Brag about the people I was right on and don't say a word about the people I'm wrong on. Nikhil Harry. Anyway, pros. Ball skills. Again, attacks the ball. Can stay locked in that aspect, and is a willing tackler. Pretty good hit power for a corner. Lacks the leverage and handsy, though. He can get separated or have space created in such positions. I don't know, for receiver. Receivers can catch a step on him. Fairly good athlete, not the best. You see Jair Alexander comps. I just don't see that at all. You see Denzel Ward comps. I don't see that either. Maybe just because they're the same size. I don't know. I saw Levi Wallace comp, being a Steelers fan, watching him this year. I think he's more talented and has a better upside than Levi, but I think that's a pretty good standard to be, because Levi is a consistent, solid starter, nice number 2 corner, outside corner. So, but yeah, just play style, I think they have a lot of similarities, as I need to charge this Gambier. And as I said, my number 1 is the aforementioned Christian Gonzalez out of Oregon, first round pick OVS. Very good athleticism, good instincts. Just the type of corner you want nowadays. Lacks the strength and leverage, though, that you need. Not good play strength. Can improve in the tackling game and the run defense. And again, the separation, letting a guy be in front of you on slants and whatnot. Could clean that up. Saw a nice Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie comp. I've seen it a couple times. I liked it a lot. Very good athletic corner who I think played in the wrong era necessarily. I loved him a lot as a kid. He was very fun to watch. So yeah, I think he can be that and maybe more. As you see my safety, number 5, as I go back to the notes and do my honorable mentions. Number 6, I got Christopher Smith out of Georgia. Number 7, I got Jair Brown out of Penn State. 8, J.L. Skinner out of Boise State. Number 9, Ronnie Hickman out of the Ohio State. And number 10, Daniel Scott from Cal. As you see my number 5 here, Sidney Brown, Illinois. I have his brother Chase in my top 10. I got him in my top 10. And yeah, Illinois really had a lot of good guys. That's why they had a pretty good season. Maybe choked a little bit at the end of the season. Could have been better than what they wanted, but they got athletes, folks, as you just saw with Witherspoon and Sidney and Chase. So I think both brothers will be drafted. Got him as a 4th to 5th round guy. He's kind of all over the place too. I just said, fuck it, it's a mid-round pick. Very versatile safety. Can play back, can play, nickel maybe if you need him. Very good range, can run out in the deep routes and make a play on the ball. Cons, though, he can get better at man, so you'd primarily want him as a zone guy if you wanted to put him in the slot. And his change of direction can improve as well. As we get a Nick Scott comp, he's now with the Bengals, I saw. Was a fairly solid safety for the Rams. So we'll see what Sidney Brown will be. I think he'll be a fairly good safety in NFL. Number 4, I got Jamie Robinson out of Florida State. Got him as a 4th round pick. Pretty good athlete, good motor, good versatility as well. He can play back, or probably you'd want him more near the box or to the line of scrimmage. Again, he can get better in man coverage and range. You don't want him as the lone single back safety. But Demarius Randall was a comp I saw and I liked. Again, he can clean up these things, or I guess improve it. Number 3, Jordan Battle out of Alabama. He's one of my guys. He's one of my favorite people in this draft. I think you can get a steal from him, or for him, in the 3rd or 4th round pick. Very intelligent player, good football IQ, good versatility. Again, he can play back safety. He can be a box safety. Again, can improve the man coverage, as there's a reason why they're safeties, because they can't always consistently play man to man. Most can't. Only the elite, can do such things. And, clean up the tackling inconsistencies. But he's a very strong tackler when he does so. Saw Justin Reed comp like it a lot, folks. As my number 2 is Antonio Johnson. Not much separation from those two, I might add. Out of Texas A&M. Got him as a 3rd to 2nd rounder. Very good processing, smart player, good physicality. Pretty good tackler, lacks the ball skills and the leverage, Will Harris is a comp I saw. We'll see. He's not like a far back safety. You'd want him a little more on the line, but I think he's a well-around athlete that you would want on your team. As number 1, should be the consensus, is Brian Branch out of Alabama. Very good football IQ as well. Very good tackling. You see some people, he might have versatility. I don't know. I think he's going to be more of a nickel corner box safety. Not that good in the man coverage and lacks the ball skills that you'd want as a free-ranging safety. Very good tackler, though, so I got a Jalen Petrie comp. He had like 12 billion tackles last year for the Texans coming out of Baylor. So that has been it, folks, for my positions. Another good year in the books. Can't wait for next year to waste hours on end making keynote slides for 5 people to watch. This is what I love to do. I'll be back in the coming days with a mock draft that will not be right at all. But this has always been your boy King Kaleb here, signing the fuck out.